Hello again, it's Michelle L3. Let's do another math trick. This time we're going to learn how we can multiply two numbers whose difference is just 2. What do I mean by that? I mean something like this. We'll take a simple one first. 12 times 14. And we'll be able to figure that out relatively quickly. In order to do this trick, it's really important that we know about squares. And I like to say it's a good idea to memorize at least the first 15 squares. If you can memorize up to 20, that's great. I can't though, but I can memorize up to 15. So before we do this, let's look at our squares and let's write them down. Remember what we said a square is. A square simply means a number times itself. So 1 squared would be 1 times 1, and that's 1. So let's go up to 15. 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. 6 squared is 36. 7 squared is 49. 8 squared is 64. 9 squared is 81. 10 squared is 100. 11 squared is 121. 12 squared is 144. A lot of people learn those in elementary school. So like I said, I think it's a good idea to go up to 15. So maybe you already know these and you're just going to learn 3 more. So it won't be bad. 13 squared. Written 2. 13 squared is 169. Now how do I remember that as opposed to 14 squared? Because 14 squared is 196. So that's pretty easy to remember, the 69 and the 196. 15 squared, if you can't remember that, you can always go back and do that trick that I taught you earlier. Ends in 25, 1 times the next number up, 1 times 2 is 2. But we can know that 15 squared is 225. Okay, so let's go back to this problem that I've written up here. To multiply two numbers whose difference is 2. 14 take away 12 is 2. So that's our difference. Well, in order to figure that out, very easy. We said we have a difference of 2. Well, what number would go in between if we're counting? The number that would go in between if we're counting would be 13. Okay? So, by looking here, we know 13 squared is 169. So we take that and we subtract 1 and we get 168. And that's your answer. Okay? So basically all you do is you square the number that would be in the center and subtract 1. So let's do another one. You could try that with something just as simple as 2 times 4. 2 times 4 again, the middle number is 3. We have a difference of 2. 3 squared is 9 minus 1, and we get a final answer of 8. Well, we've all been to elementary school. We know that 2 times 4 is 8. So the trick works. But let's look at a more difficult one. Let's try 13 times 15. Again, what number would be between those numbers? 14. Remember, 14 squared is 196, so we're going to take 196, take away 1. So our final answer is going to be 195. That's our final answer. Now, how can we make this work even a little better? Well, if you note the tricks that I've given you before, specifically the one about squaring a number that ends in 5, let's say that I give you a problem like this. 24 times 26. Oh my gosh, Dr. LePage, how are we going to figure that one out? Very simple. The number between 24 and 26 is going to be 25. What's 25 squared? Well, we've already learned how to do that. 5 squared is 25. 2 times the next number up is 3. We get 625. Again, subtract 1. And our final answer to 24 times 26 is 624. So it's really cool that not only are we doing this trick, which is, again, something with a difference of 2, we're also looking at our other trick and combining them. Now, if you watched my earlier videos, you'll see that there's even another way to do this. Remember, our tens digits are the same, our ones digits sum 10, so you can do it that way too. 4 times 6 is 24. 2 times the next number up is 3. We get 624. It comes out the same either way. So you'll see problems come up, and you can use a variety of different modalities to solve them. And these are problems that one would think you can't figure that out without a calculator. Only a genius can do that. Well, we see that by knowing some simple math problems, some simple math tricks, we can actually do problems that are pretty tough, and we can do them in our head or do them relatively quickly. So, that was this segment of math tricks. Hope you enjoy. Practice, practice, practice. Let me give you another one. Let's get you to figure out 34 times, let's not do that one. Let's get you to do this one. 11 times 13. Y'all figure it out. Leave the answer in the comments. Bye.